What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Steve from Printer Gang Investments, back with another video. In the day in these markets, we tried to have a bounce back, but you know, the QQQ is still struggling. The SPY is hanging in there. Some stocks went up, some stocks went down. Small caps kind of had their judgment day for all the running they've been doing. We was up a little $180-some a day. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about it all. You know, we changed a lot in the portfolio behind that CPI meeting yesterday, so we definitely going to talk about it all, you feel me? So first, we're going to go to this Palantir position. So we didn't change that much with the Palantir position other than adding a lot of shares, a lot of fractional shares, because we changed a lot of positions, used a lot of that cash to, you know, get more in shares, get more in shares. So we had two calls on Palantir, short-dated ones, risky ones. So Palantir was actually up today. So they weren't actually red. You know, I thought they might judgment day us after the crash yesterday, but they was up. So I took a small gain on one, and the other one I was like break even or down slightly on something like that. And I did that so I could hedge a little bit, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But yeah, other than that, we've been buying a lot of fractional shares. We have the 69 point, almost 3 shares of Palantir, all from trading this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to keep going with that. You know, Patterson Energy, you know, it's down. It just be down right now. You know, we still doing research on that. I'm not necessarily thinking it's dead, but as far as this call right now, this call is dead for now. This is a new temporary position. I got some very short-dated QQQ puts, people. So we did this because CPI was, you know, it was good. You know, I mean, not CPI. Jerome Powell gave the rate cut, you know what I'm saying, the 0.25 basis points, you know what I'm saying? And that was good, but, you know, he said what he said he was only going to give people 2 rate cuts. They freaked out and all that. They wanted to do that sell-off. We got some technical signs saying the sell-off might continue. So just in case, we bought us some puts, you know what I'm saying? So we actually day traded a few puts, made a little bit of money. We took one put off at a small loss because I ain't really want to be that overweight put, so I was finna buy weekly, but the market was looking good, so we took like a 15% loss on that. Nothing too serious. I ain't putting no real money in it yet, you know what I'm saying? But if this market get real, we're going to have to add to the puts, unfortunately. So that's where we at with that. So the next call, this Cubit star of the week, man. We got to salute that Cubit. You know, they finally did it to us today, people. After all them days and days and days of making money in multiple 100% back to back on Cubit, we finally got did today. Where it was 40% down, almost, I think at one point 45% down, plus, then, you know, I had the 2-day call, so it was all or nothing call, and they gave me the nothing, people. But, you know, it's all good. Overall, on Cubit, we turned like 120 bucks, and then like 900 some bucks, and we gave back 200 bucks. So that's pretty good for this round of the quantum computing trade. So as far as quantum, I'm not saying we done with Cubit. Like, we might not be adding to it, but we're going to watch how it react. You know what I'm saying? Because it's done a lot. We're going to see, you know, maybe if we can get back in with another call, maybe not. But that's where we at with that. The Rigetti, though, we decided to try Rigetti on the dip. But we only did it with a little bit of money because, you know, quantum's probably in this cool down phase. They done had multiple 50% down days. So, you know, we don't want to get caught in multiple 100% down trades and nothing like that. We can't lose no money after just making 700% basically. You know what I'm saying? So we bought a little Rigetti call for 65 bucks just to see what happens. And they already spanked that 38% off top. So, you know, with the quantum trade continues. It's very risky, very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Play at your own risk. But on to the next. So as far as SoFi, I wrote off a tad of risk. One of those calls I bought probably paid like, what, $84. It's been the same range. It was only worth $88. It's like, it ain't no point in losing money on that. So I sold that and bought this March call instead for $37. Got my $40 back. You know what I'm saying? And this call a little risky, so hopefully we'll make a little more money if SoFi go up. You know what I'm saying? So SoundHound, you see it's a new call here because once again, due to that situation with the rate cut, we're not scared of the market crashing, but there's no point in taking unnecessary risks. So we had like, almost $300 in a SoundHound call, and they saying the market might sell off, might not. So what we do, we salvaged what was left of the Soundhound call. It was down today, but we didn't let it crash on us. So we actually got like 200, 180, 170, something in there like that. And we bought this little $70, this little $50 Soundhound call instead. Like I said, I was getting in with cheaper positions, you feel me? So I actually might have caught on that, because when I sold Soundhound, it wasn't down that much. Like, it was only down a few percent when I sold it, but it ended up crashing like the real 10, 13% for real. So we bought some down there, and we're going to see, can we do another round of Soundhound, maybe build up a bigger position again, you feel me? So Tesla, did a lot of adding Tesla with all the calls we was taking, what was left off of, because all of it come from profit, you know what I'm saying? So that was basically old gains, trying to roll them. So we bought a lot of Tesla. We up to our first share of Tesla on the dip, because you know Tesla decided to crash all the way down to 428 or something today, so you know we had to get that. Bought some Tesla, and we up to our first share of Tesla. I'm trading this shit, so I'm loving it. So uranium energy, it's like all the energy plays, even if they're in completely different energy fields, they just down. They're not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is with that. We only got 30 bucks in it. Continuing to watch that. Definitely bought some more VOO, some SPY. You know what I'm saying? We're going to hopefully make a massive SPY position over the course of this channel. Because, you know, I feel like we all need to buy SPY. If you're not the type of person like me who watch the market all day, every day, you should probably just buy SPY and don't do nothing you see me doing on these videos, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm trying to load up on SPY, you know, get more. I got SPY, of course, in some of my other accounts that I don't show. But, you know, we can never have too much SPY out here, so we always trying to buy SPY. So let's go on to the next positions. Let's see, Nvidia, we did add a little Nvidia, maybe like 10, 15 bucks, just because it's hovering in that range, and it's like, why not? Why not? Nvidia's a great company. I don't see anyone else with the chips yet. I understand people are trying, but trying and doing is two different things. So, you know, we still adding to Nvidia. So let's talk about what might be our new star, man. We might have some non-tech money at hand, people. It just got real after hours, man. You know, Nike done beat earnings, did what they needed to do. They liking a new CEO. They say they committed to the shareholders and turning things around immediately. And they saying everything that we needed to hear. So Nike's up like 8% after hours. This call should do some good percent finally, because, you know, Nike ain't the type of stock that normally does 8% a day. So that's kind of serious for Nike. And hopefully this turnaround continues. I'm going to keep watching Nike even harder. Now that this earnings report's out, I'm going to probably digest it. And we might be able to add to Nike, because it looks like we was right about it. And it might be starting off. So you might see a bigger Nike position in the future, man. So as far as MicroStrategy, Mara, and Bitcoin, they are getting hit, doing what comes with playing the crypto game. You know what I'm saying? That's why we buy crypto slow. You know what I'm saying? We're not really worried about that. That's why I'm not like overweight crypto. That's why I wouldn't go overweight crypto, because it was at the top. And you probably might have to go through a consolidation phase, a sell-off phase. So, as low as this goes, as long as nothing changes with Bitcoin or MicroStrategy or Mara, we're just going to keep buying all of it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be buying a lot of the IBIT just in case, you know, Michael Saylor fails. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have probably more money in Bitcoin than MicroStrategy, but we're going to continue to buy all of that. You feel me? And, you know, if we lose the money, we lose the money. We'll never go overweight that, because we more stock guys than crypto guys, but we need that exposure, people. So, Microsoft. We did add to Microsoft. You know, we starting to build that position up, nothing below $25, but we building those positions up. Robinhood did the same thing I said. Had a few hundred in Robinhood. I say, nah, I'm tripping, not a few hundred. I think I had $100 left in Robinhood. Said, might as well take that. Buy me something a little cheaper, you know, save some money, so we ain't got to go into the buying power to buy the dip or buy no puts yet, because it's not solidified yet. You feel me? So, yeah, we sold the Robinhood, bought this little shorter, risky Robinhood call, $60. Whatever happens, happens. You know, if the dip continues, we might add to it. You know, if it shows momentum in dips, we might add to it, because we still like Robinhood. We just rolling risk off just in case, you know what I'm saying? But Google, we adding to Google, you know what I'm saying? We have the $32 worth of Google, because, you know, they don't want to set out the quantum wave anyway, and they're the only people with a balance sheet worth playing. I could go IonQ, but man, I don't really want to load up on IonQ. Like, I I might just have to keep trading the options, people. Or I might start trading the shares. But as far as like building, I ain't there yet with the smaller quantum stocks. So GEO did the same thing. GEO is the main one. So yeah, they faked us out. We was not down 50% on GEO, man. I actually could have went green on GEO. I was impatient. I took it when I was maybe down like, what did I pay for it? $275. I sold it for like $220. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. So what, like 20%, something like that. A little more, a little less, a little more, I believe. But yeah, so we did that just because it's like, man, they ain't been doing nothing yet, and Trump ain't in office. So I didn't necessarily want to have just $200 some tied up in GEO, and we might sell off. So I took some of my money back from GEO and I bought an $80 GEO call, and I like that size a little better for now. We probably gonna be adding the GEO most definitely if what we think is gonna happens, if Trump does what he says he's gonna do. But for now, it's kind of calm before the storm season with GEO. You know what I'm saying? So as it gains more momentum, we'll probably be adding to that some more. But, you know, we're doing what we got to do with GEO. So Broadcom, bought some more Broadcom, like little $5. Didn't buy any ARM. And American Express just hanging in there, man. American Express. I mean, y'all got to stop me for saying American Express. Advanced Auto Parts is hanging in there. I don't know why AAP just makes me think of American Express, even though they symbol's AXP. I don't know why, but I stay doing that. But that's where we at with the account. We made a lot of moves today. We bought a lot of shares today. You know what I'm saying? We had to buy a hedge today. And y'all saw what it's like to trade an unprofitable stock with the Cubit. And now we might be making some money off actual value stock with the Nike situation. We're going to see what happens with that tomorrow. But as usual, we're going to look at some stocks. You feel me? If they'll let me scroll up. Let's see. So, yeah. Nvidia was up 1.37%. They held up pretty well today. They was up more than that. And I was watching it all day because that's the only reason I didn't go crazy on them puts today. Because the market was flat. The market was trying to go up a little bit. So that had me really feeling like the market was going to go on and crash. But seeing as how Nvidia was still up, Palantir was still up, the rest of the Mag 7 wasn't doing that bad. I just kind of held off, you feel me? So, yeah, I was watching Nvidia heavy today. So, yeah, we got the SPY and the NASDAQ both flat, one up, flat, one down, flat. It might bounce tomorrow, it might not. That's why we got our puts just in case. Tesla was down 0.9. They did an impressive job. They did way lower than that. Like I said, all the way down to 428, I believe. We bought some of that, you know what I'm saying? We're going to keep dollar cost averaging in Tesla, trying to get as much as we can before these robots get on these shelves, people. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Apple did a little small bounce back today. Microsoft flat. Palantir did they thing, 3.78. So far on Palantir was basically unfazed by that correction yesterday. We're essentially once again the first stock to bounce back from the correction because we only went down like 3-4% yesterday, like closer to 4%, and we back up 3.78% today. So I'm impressed with how Palantir has been holding these sell-offs for a little minute now. Like, yeah. So yeah, Palantir's holding in there. You know, that's my biggest position. I think we're gonna have a big 2025 for Palantir. That's why y'all keep seeing me loading up. And I'll probably hold them shares for years to come. And hopefully they won't knock us out of Palantir options anytime soon. So that's where we at with that. SoFi was down today, hanging in there. But going through it, I still believe in SoFi. If it dips more, it is starting to get into the range. If they get into the 14s, where I might consider buying another call for real. You feel me? So that's where we at with that. Amazon up. Let's look at this quantum trade. It is very, very interesting. So IonQ was up a little more, but it's up 0.7%. We had Cubit down 40-something, Rigetti down 30, and D-Wave down 28. And that's just the risk that comes with playing with hype, unprofitable stocks. You got to do your research for it like y'all saw me do. We was talking about quantum, a month or two before it even popped off. We was looking at IonQ. We got an IonQ. We made some money on that. Once it got too expensive for us, we fell back. We just let it ride without us. Then we found our next chance with Cubit. We took advantage. We made what we could. We rolled it all the way to the end. And we made multiples of our money And what we did lose wasn't much compared to what we made. You see what I'm saying? And that's the way you got to play it. That's the same way I played like GameStop, AMC. I wasn't rolling that much when I played GameStop. I held it like 1,000 to 30,000 for real, and then started selling. But I have a different type of DD with that, so it's the reason I did that like that. But yeah, that's how you play those kind of stocks. So yeah, Google flat, buying Google. Oklo's up, man. Still watching Oklo, man. You know, we still watching that trade. I actually got a few shares of Oklo on another account just for fun. Not that many, like single digit shares of Oklo. You know what I'm saying? But we still watching Oklo. Robinhood was down today. I still like Robinhood. It's just going through it. They dip again. We're going to add to it. You know what I'm saying? HIMS was down 7.67%. They had a problem with one of their contracts with the FDA, I believe. You know, they're trying to sell Ozempic for the low. So HIMS going through it. That might be a dip we need to buy, but you know, that's actually a fundamental thing with the business itself. So I'm going to do a little more research before I buy that dip, but we still watching HIMS. Archer was down, and the market basically struggled. Some stocks was up, some stocks was down. People trying to figure out what to do. Let's look at some of these charts. First, we got to look at like real QQQ today, people. So, on the QQQ, we still had this big old downside candle cause major fair value gap to the downside, which is kind of a bearish setup. But we bounced at first, but then we like sold off into close, and now we're below what previous days low and previous months high. So this is looking extremely bearish on the QQQ, which is why I'm holding the puts. It's like the stocks held up, so that's one thing. But this look kind of bearish on the QQQ. Look like we could fall to like 510 or 508 or even 500 in the 490s, the high 490s. So, you know, we got some puts as a hedge. If it get real, we're going to add to it. But that's where it's at with the QQQ. We might bounce, you know what I'm saying? Santa Claus rally might continue. People might just be overreacting to Jay Powell, but, you know, that's just what the charts say. Let's look at Palantir, man. We impressed with Palantir. So Palantir did their thing, man. They got knocked down yesterday. Bounced right back, recovered. Not to the highs of the day yesterday, but recovered nonetheless. And we up in post-market. So I like what's going on with Palantir. You know, they got another new contract today with the Army. 4 years for 400 M's. You feel me? Got to help the Army do what they do. Got to help them get at our enemies. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at with Palantir. And for our last one, let's look at Nvidia. So on Nvidia, we got, alright, we broke that order block area down there, but we coming back up into it. We still holding and trying, but it's still looking bearish on Nvidia for now too. Still looking bearish on Nvidia for now too. Not saying that that's just what's going to happen. You got to separate the chart from the macro. But still looking kind of bearish for now. It looked like they could fall at least to 128 again. Well, that was previous days low. Or these levels I got marked out. 125. Or equilibrium is at like 121 area. What? 123 to 120. We got real order block down here. 119 through 114. But that's Nvidia. I don't know if they're going to give us all that. But that's what we watching. That's what we doing. Be safe in these markets. Things getting hot out here. And it's your boy Steve from Printing Gang Investments. I'm going to see y'all in the next video.